So if you're using Claude Code a lot, you already know it's a beast. But you probably also know that feeling, that sinking feeling, when you're trying to find that one amazing fix from last week and it's just lost in a sea of conversations. Well, we're about to fix that. We're going to turn that chaos into a seriously powerful, searchable tool.
And just to put this problem into perspective, check this out. This is how many conversations the author of our source material has in his history file. Over 1,300. I mean, can you imagine trying to manually grep through that? It would be a total nightmare.
And this quote, it just nails the feeling, doesn't it? On one hand, you're like, wow, I'm getting a ton of work done. But on the other hand, you've created this digital mountain of data that feels completely out of control. It's a problem every single power user can relate to.
So this is really the core question we're tackling. You remember it, right? You were solving some tricky bug, maybe an authentication flow. You know Claude helped you figure it out, but where is it? It's buried somewhere in the past. How do you get that context back without having to start all over again from scratch?
All right, so let's start with our first line of defense. Because before you go building anything custom, you have got to master the tools that Claude Code already gives you right out of the box. And trust me, they're really good.
The simplest one is Claude-Continue. This is your go-to for short breaks. You step away for lunch, you come back to the same project directory, you run this command, and bam, you're right back where you left off. So simple, so easy.
Now, for pretty much anything other than your most recent session, you're going to want Claude-Resume. This is way, way more powerful. It doesn't just guess which session you want, it actually opens up this really slick interactive picker that lets you browse through all your recent sessions.
And this picker is awesome. It's not just a boring list of dates. You get AI-generated summaries of what you were talking about, you see the message counts, and my personal favorite, it shows you the Git branch you are on. Super useful. Plus, you've got these little hotkeys. Press A to see sessions from all your projects, or B to filter just for the branch you're on right now.
And this little command right here, this is a massive game changer for your workflow. You don't have to exit a session anymore just to switch tasks. If you're deep in a conversation and suddenly need to jump to something else, you just type /resume right there in the chat. The same picker pops up and you can switch contexts seamlessly.
Okay, this is a funny, but also painfully true reminder to use the /name command. Look, the auto summaries are great, but nothing beats giving your sessions clear, descriptive names. It's like a gift to your future self. Seriously, don't be that person who leaves behind a graveyard of sessions all called Fix This.
Okay, so the built-in tools are fantastic for finding recent sessions, but what if you need to find a specific idea? A single prompt you typed weeks ago across any project? Well, for that, we need to build our own ultimate history tool. Think of it like a Git log for your entire AI conversation history.
And here's the key difference you gotta understand. The built-in /resume command, it browses session metadata. The summaries and titles. But our custom /history command we're about to build, it searches the raw text of every single prompt you've ever typed. It's like the difference between browsing a library's card catalog versus full-text searching every book in the library.
And the best part? You might be thinking this is going to be complicated. It's not. Setting it up is unbelievably simple. You just run these two little commands in your terminal. First, you make a directory for custom commands. And then, you just create the history file inside it. That's literally it. You're ready.
And once it's set up, you just run /history, and you get this beautiful, clean output. It's this perfect, searchable log showing you when you worked on something, what project it was, the Git branch, and the exact text of your prompt. It's your entire conversation history, across every project, all in one place.
And this right here, this is the payoff. This is why it all matters. The author used this exact system. He found an old debugging session from his history, grabbed the session ID, ran Claude-Resume with it, and instantly got all that context back. The files, the AI's line of thinking, everything. That's a massive, massive time saver.
All right, so you've mastered your history. Now let's fire off a few other power moves that'll take your workflow from good to absolutely pro level.
Think of these /commands as your in-session toolkit. Need a fresh start? /clear. Is the conversation getting too long? /compact it down to save tokens. And if you're ever curious about how much you're using, /context, /cost, and /stats give you all the juicy details.
Now, this is a really important shift in thinking. So many of us, when the AI gets something wrong, we type a new message like, no, that's not right, do it this way. But that just clutters up your context. There is a much, much cleaner way to do it. You rewind. And how do you do it? It's so simple, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. You just double tap the escape key. That's it. This brings up the all-powerful Rewind menu.
The Rewind menu is basically a time machine for your conversation. It lets you jump back to any previous point, it can undo any file changes Claude made, and then lets you try again with a better prompt. It just cleanly erases mistakes, keeping your conversation history focused and on point.
Okay. Phew. We've covered a lot here, right? From built-in commands to custom history search to some next-level workflow tips. So let's just boil it all down to the single most important idea. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Every single one of these tools is designed to kill that frustration of losing context. You can stop wasting your time re-explaining the same problem to the AI over and over, and you never have to ask yourself that dreaded question, wait, how did I fix this exact thing a month ago?
And that's the final thought I really want to leave you with. Every single time you talk to Claude, you're building this huge personal knowledge base. It's basically your second brain tailored to exactly how you solve problems. So the only real question left is, are you actually using it?